It's 11:47 a.m. You haven't touched your to-do list. You're scattered, foggy, and somehow already exhausted. And nothing actually happened yet. No marathon, no crisis. You just woke up and ran your morning routine. So where did the charge go? Here's what most people never diagnose. Your brain runs on a battery. Every micro decision, every notification, every looping thought draws power from the same limited cognitive pool. And most people, especially the ones who care most about doing things right, drain the tank to empty before the workday even begins. This is not a motivation problem. This is a mental energy architecture problem. Today, we're going to get into exactly how that happens, what's silently consuming your mental resources every morning, and the specific shifts you can make to stop the bleeding. Let's start with the hardware. Your prefrontal cortex is the command center. Planning, decision-making, focus, self-control. Every high-level cognitive function runs through it, and it has a hard capacity limit. Treat it like a processor, not a personality trait. It boots every morning with a finite charge. Every demand you place on it draws from the same pool. The problem isn't your output, it's your overhead, the invisible background processes running before you've launched a single meaningful application. Here's the first thing stealing your energy, and it starts before you even get out of bed. Drain 1. The wake and scroll. The moment you reach for your phone, you flood the system with inbound requests. Notifications, headlines, messages, updates. Each one forces a micro-decision. Respond, ignore, worry, file. Before your feet hit the floor, your prefrontal cortex is running a dozen threads. You've booted 40 browser tabs on an OS that hasn't finished loading. And just like any machine running too many processes at startup, everything downstream runs slower. Drain 2. Decision overhead. Every choice, what to wear, what to eat, what to tackle first, draws from the same cognitive pool as your most important work. The neurological machinery behind decision-making fatigues like any other system under load. And here's the pattern you need to see. The people who care most about getting things right agonize over small decisions the longest. They bleed charge on choices that don't move the needle, then arrive at the work that matters running on empty. The system isn't broken, it's being drained by low-priority processes. Now here's something that connects the cognitive drain to a deeper pattern. Drain 3. Background loops. Your brain burns significant processor cycles on rumination, replaying yesterday's conversation, rehearsing a talk that hasn't happened, running worst-case simulations for events that will never occur. The prefrontal cortex stays lit through every cycle. The system keeps allocating resources to open files it can't close. And here's the trap. The thinking feels productive. It feels like troubleshooting, but you're not debugging anything. You're running the same loop on repeat, burning charge with zero output. This is why your mornings are the kill zone, lying in bed running mental rehearsals, standing in the shower processing anxieties, eating breakfast while hosting 3 imaginary arguments. By the time you sit down to work, you've been in sustained cognitive arousal for 60 to 90 minutes. The system didn't start at full charge. It started at 60%, and you didn't even notice the drain. So here's the protocol. 4 system patches that stop the morning drain. Patch 1. Lock the boot sequence. Protect your first 30 minutes from all inbound information. No phone, no email, no external input. Your morning attention is your highest-grade cognitive resource. Stop spending it on other people's agendas before you've identified your own. Let the OS finish loading before you open any applications. Try 1 week where the first thing you do is move, hydrate, and give your brain a chance to come fully online before you plug it into the world's demands. Most people who try this describe it as the single most impactful change they've ever made to their daily performance. Patch 2. Pre-compile your decisions. Eliminate morning micro-choices by locking them the night before. What you'll eat, what you'll wear, what your first task is. These aren't trivial automations. They're strategic resource preservation. Every decision you move out of the boot sequence stays available for the work that actually requires your full processor. Patch 3. Flush the buffer. Give your brain a hard signal to stop scanning. 10 minutes of expressive writing, not problem-solving, not planning, just capture. Get the open loops out of active memory and onto a page. The brain receives a clear signal. This has been logged. No need to keep cycling. Studies confirm this reduces rumination's cognitive load substantially. The file is saved. The process can terminate. Patch 4. Match workload to available charge. Front-load high cognitive demand work into your morning window before decision fatigue and mental residue accumulate. Creative synthesis, strategic thinking, complex problem-solving. These belong in hours 1 through 4. Low-intensity tasks, email, admin, logistics, get pushed to the afternoon when your prefrontal resources naturally dip. Most people run this completely backwards. They ease in with easy stuff and try to tackle hard things on fumes. Here's the architecture underneath all 4 patches. The goal isn't to squeeze more out of your brain. The goal is to stop wasting what's already there. Your cognitive capacity isn't the problem. The way you spend it is. Remember the last morning you felt genuinely sharp? Ideas flowing, no friction, no fog. That wasn't a good day. That was a full battery. You can have that as a baseline, not exception, by simply being more intentional about what gets your mental energy and when. If this landed, watch why smart people make their worst decisions at night next. Your brain was never the bottleneck. The morning drain was. Lock the boot sequence. Pre-compile the trivial. Flush the buffer. Now you have a protocol. Subscribe. It's not self-help. It's a system upgrade.